Welcome to another video. Today I'm looking for the confluence between the River Thames and the Kennet and Avon Canal, because I have an ambitious plan, and that is to walk the entire distance of the Kennet and Avon Canal, not in one go, that's a bit of a stretch, but over the course of time. So today we're starting off at Thames Valley Park in Berkshire. So behind me are big corporations like Oracle, Microsoft and all those guys. And we're going to take a walk along the Thames, along this way. And we're going to find the confluence of the two rivers. I know where it is because I've actually walked in from Reading to start the walk from here. So I'm going to walk from here into central Reading, up as far as Reading Abbey, which is, I don't know how far it is, probably a mile or two, maybe more. Anyway, let's head off. There's a great slipway into the river for us kayakers and canoeists. Always be wary of swans, and get a little bit feisty. So in that direction is London, that direction Reading and Oxford. And up ahead is a canoe club for the Reading Canoe Club or something, I'm not sure. I'll put the details on the bottom of the screen. I see, the Wokingham Canoe Club. Wokingham being that way, also have Sonning that way as well. And behind the trees over that way are the Pinsent Lakes, named after Matthew Pinsent, the rowing gold medalist, Olympian. So this is the Thames towpath. We're just about to go past a boating community of some kind up here, and the confluence with the river is on our left. You'll see that in a moment. But that's the meeting point of the two rivers, and I thought I'd bring it up here for a better vantage point, but it hasn't quite worked out because we've got this high wall around the side of this walkway thing. Oh, let's see where this goes. Sort of wrong turning, back on the River Thames, but that's interesting. Let's go back that way. This thing feels a bit unsafe, really. You can see gaps in the floor. It's certainly quite dilapidated around here. Urban decay. Interesting though. Not a place to come at night, though, is it? Right. Now, back to the Kennet. Great Western Railway, London to Bristol Temple Meads. This river, on the other hand, is the alternative way of getting to Bristol. Before the trains existed. Right, here we are at the start, or the end, of the River Kennet. As we head into Reading Town Centre. So we've just come out to the first of many locks on this waterway. I think it's 150 of them or something like that. And you can see a sign over there for a portage point. So if you are a kayaker, canoeist like myself, that little platform over there is where you would get out of your boat, lift out of the water and carry it across the locks, because obviously you can't take a canoe or kayak for a lock. That'd be absolutely stupid if you did. So there's a little island here, which I'm going to look up the name and plonk it at the bottom of the screen as we do. So there's our first set of locks coming up, and if I carry on up this entire waterway, we get to see all of them. But of course, that's going to be a big endeavour. It's going to take a long time to film it. So I'm going to share episodes along the way and add them to a playlist called Kennet and Avon. An old lockkeeper's cottage. And you can only access this if you are a boater. Quite often, these little islands, they contain gardens and a clubhouse for members of the CRT, the Canals and River Trust, or the local boat club. It's a hangover from COVID-19. I just walked past a pub I can remember going to as a youngster. I was about 20 something, with a good friend of mine who sadly passed away many years ago in an accident. So I'm glad to see the pub still going. And of course we come across our first weir on this journey. So the river's divided by this little island, and just over there is the River Museum that I've never been into. It never seems to be open. Maybe it's only open on certain days. But it's around about here where these modern day flats are ahead. There used to be gas cylinders, and I'm going to show you something in a moment that will make a lot of sense given the gas cylinders, and that's because we will be coming up quite soon to the old gasworks, the old gas works social club, I believe it's called. And I see the sign, I'll be able to tell you what it's called properly. So yeah, this is another island in fact coming up. You can see the river is divided, and this is where the river and canal split out a bit. Okay. It's a majestic bell, which is an old boat I believe you can take trips on, or maybe it's now static in a restaurant. So once upon a time this used to be gas cylinders, and I can remember them being there, but they've long gone. They've been gone for 20, maybe 30 years. Right, we're now in central Reading, and this is where I want to go up. So, this is the old gasworks bridge that I was talking about just a moment ago. Closed to traffic nowadays. The old dilapidated building over that side of the river used to be the Gasworks Social Club, and that's pretty much all I can tell you about it, really. There's another angle on that bridge. We're back on the Kennet. Now, is this the river section or the canal? Not entirely sure. A little bit. So this is the former site of the biscuit factory, Huntsley and Palmer's, and of course now demolished and replaced with a modern housing development. Aha, here we go. Okay, it's just a mooring sign, but it's called Huntsley Wharf. And this island is interesting. Thank you for joining me on this walk today, and we're going to call it quits here in central Reading and up by the Abbey. We'll do a separate video on the Abbey another time. From here we'll carry on along the Kennet and Avon out to the countryside and then carry on. So thank you for joining me, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell. Cheers.